I.S.U.P.K.
To the family, brother Red Pill representing On the Ledge. Do me a favor, family, make sure you subscribe to I.S.U.P.K. on YouTube. Get some of that fire that the brothers are delivering, some of that good information, alright?
Isaiah chapter 45 verse 7. I formed the light. I formed the light. This is the Most High saying, I formed the light. That means I form all of the good times. Keep reading. And create darkness. And he create darkness. What does it mean to create darkness? That means it wasn't dark there. He created it. He brought the darkness. So when you're out here sinning, praying to the Most High, talking about pray for Houston, why would he stop it when he the one brought it? He's not going to intervene. This is his will. Keep going. I make peace and create evil. I make peace and create evil. So if the Lord is doing it, why would he stop it? Because the sinner is asking him to stop. Any more on that? Keep going. I, the Lord, do all things. I, the Lord, do all things. See, the Lord is a terrible power. He ain't no friendly person in the sky ready to just rain down blessings on everybody. That is not the Lord of this Bible. That is the Christian pastor's Lord. That is Caesar Borgia. That is the white Jesus. He is the one who's supposed to be that friendly man that you have a personal relationship with. That's not what this book says. You won't find that Lord in here. The scriptures say that the Lord is a man of war. You will never hear that in the church. The pastor would never tell you that, because if he told you that he was a warlord, y'all would get up and run up out the church. You know, the truth is not there. If people really understood the Bible, they would not call themselves Christians. Christ wasn't a Christian. He was an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. Paul wasn't no Christian. He was a Benjamite from the tribe of Benjamin. Israelites. And it's funny when people always say, y'all on that Hebrew here, we like to go where the truth is nice. Oh yeah, this God loves everybody. Oh yeah, this is it right here. Right. You can do what you want to do and still be saved. Oh yeah, this the one right here. I like this. This feels good. We the ones that like to hear those soft words, right? We like that. We don't like to hear that truth. You know why? Because the truth hurts. The truth is not supposed to feel good. The Most High wants to hurt you for your sins. That's why they were sacrificing. They weren't just sacrificing just because. You couldn't just sin and then grab a runt and sacrifice it. You had to sacrifice the best animal. And the spirit behind the sacrifice was a contrite heart. He wanted you to hurt to have to do this. That way maybe next time you will not sin. But in the Christian church, they tell you can do whatever you want to do. You ain't got to stop eating pork. The laws are done away with. Well, if the laws are done away with, why do we still pay tithes? That's part of the law. Oh, because the church got to keep its lights on? I hear you. Now, give me Isaiah 29:6. I just want to touch on this storm a little bit, because I know we got some outer ones coming up here, and they're going to break it out a little better. You got that for me? 29:6? Go ahead. No, Isaiah 29:6. We're going to touch this a little bit. Know what I'm saying? Where we at? How was looking out here? Hey, Israel, any blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, if y'all need some water or something to eat, come on over here. We your brothers. We out here for y'all, for our people. It's water over here. It's some Gatorade. It's some bread. It's It's some canned goods, it's a few clothes, whatever y'all need. If we got it, y'all can have it. That's what we out here for our people. But if you not black, Hispanic, or Native American, you can keep on moving because we ain't out here for y'all. We are not out here for y'all. We out here for our people. If Jackie Chan had a booth up saying he teaching karate for his people, the white man won't walk up to that. So don't come over here for ours. This is for the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. If y'all thirsty, y'all need some water, it's water over here. It's cold, there's ice. Come over here and get with your brothers and take a flyer. You ready? Go ahead and read that.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts.
Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts. Keep going.
With thunder.
With what?
With thunder. And earthquake.
With what?
With earthquake.
With thunder and earthquakes. That we will be visited by the Lord of hosts. This doesn't sound like somebody coming here shaking hands. That ain't the visit he's talking about. Keep going.
And great noise. With storm and tempest.
With what?
With storm and tempest.
With storms and tempests. If you look up the definition of tempest, it means violent winds. What is a hurricane? That's violent winds.
Right.
That's what that is. Keep going.
In the flame of devouring fire.
Now, this is what the Lord is doing. This is the Lord causing these catastrophes here in America. It's the Lord that brings storms. It's the Lord that brings earthquakes. And it's the Lord that brings fires. So when you're talking about pray for Houston or even pray for Haiti, you need to keep the commandments before you pray for anybody. Now, let's get on to this pastor real quick. Not pastor, to our President Trump, your president. He ain't my president. Give me Proverbs 29 and 2. Now, Trump came down here, and he didn't even come to Houston, I don't believe. He down here right now? Oh, Trump around the corner? Yeah, he want to come when it's sunny out, when all the water recedes, right? He's supposed to come down here and give his assessment of what happened to Houston, and he didn't step foot in these streets. Trump don't give a damn about you. Trump cares about his people. You got that out?
Call out of one cup.
Read that.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority.
When the righteous are in authority. We don't have any righteous leaders in authority right now. President Trump is not righteous. He is as wicked as they come.
That's
Even
right.
when, like, every time I see his little videos or when he's addressing the nation, I just want to punch my TV, like right in the jaw, because he just lying. He don't care about us. He ain't out here in these communities. He's supposed to be passing a bill for emergency stamps. It took him, what, 2 days to do that? Keep going.
But, start from the beginning. Proverbs 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. The people are not rejoicing right now. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they are not rejoicing right now. We are so far from rejoicing, we don't even know what it's like to rejoice now. You know why? Because the righteous is not in rulership. Because if there was a righteous man in rulership, we would be rejoicing. Keep going.
But when the wicked beareth rule.
But when what?
The wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
When wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And because of all these presidents, our people been mourning through all of them. That's why it don't even matter who's in charge of it. Why vote? Why do we vote? Why do we put anybody in office if they don't care about us? Name me one president that was in office when black people didn't mourn. Tell me that. Can anybody tell me one president that was in office that made black people rejoice? It hasn't been one, and it will never be one, because all these presidents are white. Y'all want to say Barack Obama was black? No, he wasn't. Barack Obama wasn't African. He's not our people. That's why when he was in office, we still mourn. Because there has never been righteous rulership. The scriptures say when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. We are not rejoicing out here. But the men in the I.S.U.P.K, we rejoice daily. You know why? Because Commanding General Yohanna is in charge, and he is the righteous ruler of this nation.
That's right.
And if you don't know that, you need to come and get into this school. Because while this hurricane was going on, me and my brother was chilling.
Right.
You can't find one brother over here who was mourning at that time. We was chilling. Flood hit, people evacuating, people have to be rescued by boats. Now how does it feel? Your house is flooded, right? The insurance is telling you that we're not gonna cover it. Who owns the insurance? The white man. And then you got a boat coming up trying to save you, and it's a white man. How does that look that we gotta turn to all these other nations to help us?
With the Confederate flag.
He show up on a boat with the Confederate flag like, get in, nigga, I got you. You're a fool if you got into that boat. I would die before I get into a boat with a white man with a Confederate flag on it. You know why? Because I have honor. That's why.
Right.
Now, give me Proverbs 29:7. We're going to talk about another devil, something that y'all probably don't like. Well, y'all love him. We don't like him, and y'all don't like that we talking about him. And it's Joel Osteen.
Right.
Oh, my God. This man has you know what? This place, this is the Compact Center. The Rockets won 2 championships in that. And this is a church. 16,800 seats. That's how many people it sit. And in your darkest hour, in your darkest times, when your home is flooded, when your car doesn't work, and your lights are off, the food is low, and you need some shelter and somewhere to go, Joel Osteen was like, no. You know why? Because he's the goddamn devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Now read that out.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 7. The righteous considereth the cause of the poor.
Now who is the poor? We are the poor. When that storm hit and everything went underwater and you needed shelter, you became the poor. And the righteous people, they look out for the poor. But did Joel Osteen look out for the poor? No, he did not. When did he open up the church? Wednesday? What that was? Wednesday. The storm hit Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. You mean to tell me all this is going on in the church that houses 16,000 people is closed? And then you got people out here defending him, right? Talking about the church had flooded. The church did not have flooding in it. It was no water inside Joel Osteen's church. And it's designed that way. They have floodgates to prevent it. It's on higher ground to prevent it. He just didn't want a bunch of soaking wet niggers in his church. That's why he didn't open the church. And if any one of y'all saw the interview, come on now, black people, we understand body language. We understand body language very well. We understand when we're arguing with another brother, when he spread his feet, he spread his shoulders, you're about to get punched. We understand that. Or we understand when somebody's charging us up by the tone of their voice. Or we understand when somebody mean harm by their body language. So if you go and watch that interview that Joel Osteen gave, talking about we were waiting for the city to ask for our help. First of all, to my knowledge, this is supposed to be a separation between church and state. So why are you waiting on the city to do anything? You don't even pay taxes to the city. So why are you waiting for the city to do anything? Are you waiting for the city to tell you can pass out your collection plates? No, you're not waiting on that. The church is supposed to be the first thing open when storms hit. It's supposed to be the refuge for the people, right? So when the storm hit, where was Joel Osteen? Nowhere to be found. And when people started calling him on his bluff, that's when it's Salaki. That's not when it happened, because black people been calling Joel Osteen out for days. It's when white people started calling him out to when he came and opened up those doors, right? 4 days people were stranded. 4 days no lights. 4 days no food. And a place that holds 16,000 people is closed. And that's 16,000 people sitting in seats, right? When you're having an organized gathering. We talking about, you got the auditorium, you got the walls around, you got floors. All people needed was some place to sit down, look up and notice that there is no rain in here and there is no water on me. That's what people wanted. But what did he do? He did not open those churches. It's because he was ridiculed by everybody is when he opened up those churches. Now, if you watch the interview later on, they said, well, what do you need? What can we do to help now that you open up the doors? The first thing thing he said is funds. We talking about a church that's in the compact center, and the first thing you need is funds. It's still about money. You make $77 million a year, and you talking about funds. The Bible said that a rich man, it'll be hard for a rich man to inherit the kingdom. He got the money. If he was really about his people, if he was really about the word of God, as soon as those storms hit, he would have been out there in the midst of it, getting people to safety. He could have been buying boats. He could have bought helicopters. So y'all gonna sit there and let this man take y'all money, but when y'all need him, he tell you to call on the Lord? Come on, black people, wake up. That devil don't give a damn about you. And if white people would have never needed his help too, he would have never opened up those church doors. You know what? Even if I was stranded, I would have never went, because I would never turn to the other nation for help. The help is in the I.S.U.P.K. That's where the help is. The help is with this brotherhood. None of these brothers in here had their homes flooded, and all of us live in the hood. So you mean to tell me that everybody who don't live in the hood had their houses flooded? No, I'm not saying that. What I'm telling you is the people, the men of the Lord, we were not affected by this storm. And this is the worst storm in Houston's history. You know why? Because we fear the Most High. The scriptures say that fear is the beginning of wisdom. And these some wise men out here. That's why nothing happened to us, and that's why we didn't have to pray through it. We was too old. We was good. It's everybody who wasn't keeping the laws, that wasn't keeping his statutes, out here facing this judgment from the Most High.
Right.
Now read that again, 29:7.
Damn right.
The righteous considereth the cause of the poor, but the wicked,
But the what?
but the wicked regardeth not to know it.
So Osteen out here talking about, I didn't know y'all need my help. That's what he said. I didn't even know, because the Georgia Brown Convention Center holds 9,000 people. We ain't know. But so many thousands of people were without shelter. And you mean to tell me that we got to call on the Georgia Brown Convention Center? How many people pay tithes to Georgia Brown? Anybody? You pay tithes to Georgia Brown? Nobody, right? We pay tithes to our Christian pastors, right? And those funds need to be used to help the people in mourning.
Right.
But when the storm hit, this is the worst storm, and they said it's the most costly storm in U.S. history. But the white man's the devil. They could just be trying to push it. But I know that this is the worst storm Houston's ever seen, and the churches should have been the first thing open. If the church is the house of God, right? That's what they say. The church is the house of God. Well, when they needed your help, the house of God should not have been locked. That's the problem. And then you got black people who will defend this man. Well, it's his church. He can open if he want to open it. How does that sound? I thought it's God's house.
Right.
It's his church, but I thought it's God's house. He's supposed to have been the first one out here open up the doors. That would have surprised me, because I know you're a devil, and the devil don't even know the Bible. I put it.
Nobody tell you cry. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you are a black man like me. And it works something.
My whole life was trying to find something to follow. Had loyalty, every man tried to borrow. Felt pain and a lot of sorrow. Got betrayed, so packed, I didn't even have my heart broke. Living confused, about to lose hope. Cops got me on the side of the road like a sideshow. Need an antidote before I croak. Now I'm setting fire to rhythm man blues, call this guitar smoke. Rebel with no cause, trying to find direction. The world got me vexed. Picked up a bad liquor habit that's hereditary from oppression. Felt like my life was on fire, trying to find an exit. Now look, 10 G's plus a good wreck. Sometimes a follower is a soldier, trying to find a good shepherd. Plus when you in hell, how do you excel? Wisdom the breath of life, I don't believe in fairy tale. Listen well to what I tell. No calling can cause pain. Something that a rebel knows very well. Can't you tell I was sent from the Lord?